Hello Precise Pilates people, we're going to be doing an express workout utilising some mini hand weights or mini dumbbells. You don't have to have these close at hand, you can alternate out these using some cans from your pantry or some bottled water. I would recommend no heavier than say 2 or 3 kilos if you're quite experienced with using hand weights. If not, stick to a lighter weight, more or less a kilo is a pretty handy weight to have. So we're going to start utilising the weight straight away. You can have 1 dumbbell for the warm-up, and then as we come down onto the mat, we'll be utilising 2, so a pair of weights. So in our standing warm-up, we're going to start to connect to the upper body. Now this is an upper body focused session, and we'll be utilising your core connection to stabilise the body in the different postures that we move through. So we're going to start with an arm prep exercise, so one-sided. We'd like soft knees, and we want to make sure that we've got a nice neutral spine position. Now you're going to switch onto your T-zone on the next exhale, and then soften the shoulders away from your ears. You can place one hand just resting on the shoulder of the arm that you'll be working, or on the rib cage. Now, just like you normally would do, on your exhale, you're going to start to float the arm on up. Now we're utilising the draw down of the shoulder away from the earlobe. That would be your lats as well as your serratus anterior to lift the arm on up. And then we're going to inhale, bring it back down to hip height. As we exhale, we want the ribs to sink in and down to lift the arm on up. Inhale, the arm comes back down to your thigh. Good, so exhale and inhale. Now be very aware of any extra tension you're taking through the neck joint. Try to relax the shoulders, and if you'd like a little chin tuck of chin to chest, lengthening the back of the neck. Keeping the T-zone working, exhale arm prep, and inhale the arm comes down. You'll notice that my palm is facing towards the ground. This is more or less like a frontal raise exercise from the gym. And you'll be feeling the posterior deltoid, the back shoulder, really getting the workout here. Good, exhale. And inhale, let's do 2 more. Really focus on the shoulder blade drawing down. Try to keep your neutral posture. T-zone on, your last one. Beautiful. Now stay switched on with the T-zone if you can. You're going to split your stance for me, 1 foot forwards, 1 foot back. Both knees are soft. You can have your heel off of that back leg if you need. Your hand can rest on your thigh. Rotate your palm to face towards the body. Shoulder blade draws back and down. Try and draw it towards the back of the room. Having a little incline, that's a soft bend over your hip line. You're going to draw your elbow into your side, pushing it behind you, and then inhale to lower the arm. So we're going to exhale and inhale. We're going into our single arm row. Now the more incline you have from your belt line is going to make the exercise a little bit greater. So you could even hold on to the side of your couch or your table, and you'll notice I'm keeping my neutral spine. I've got a little hinge forwards at my hips. My bum is being pushed back and down through the tailbone, and I'm really utilising the draw back of the shoulder. So don't round forwards and don't lose that T-zone. Exhale to pull the elbow back towards the back of the room. And inhale to lower, keeping your nice strong neutral posture throughout the spine. Good, your single arm row, really warming up the chest and the back. If you'd like, you can stay upright and you can do a single arm row as such, just focusing on drawing the elbow behind you, keeping the shoulder blade down. Good, let's do 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to go into a single leg deadlift. You can alternate this out for bicep curls, go for your 10 to 12 reps if you're not going into any flexion of the spine. Keep that split stance that you had, but make it a little bit wider for me. Come onto the back ball of the foot, lifting the heel off. Now we're going to try and keep the front leg straight. You can have a little micro bend in it. Set yourself up by drawing the shoulder blade back and down, switching on the T-zone. Now the palm stays facing towards you, or you may rotate it towards your thigh. We're going to slowly push the bum back and down, bending that back knee as we lower the weight down towards the inside sole of the front foot. Then we slowly bring ourselves on upright. So we're going to lower down on the inward breath this time, really focusing on keeping the front leg straight to maximize the hamstring connection. And then exhale, push against the back ball of the foot to lift yourself on up. So as we lower ourselves down, we're really focusing on not letting the tailbone lift up and flare that pelvic floor connection. We want to keep the tailbone drawing softly down. So as we lower the hips back and down, we're bending over the belt line, lowering the weight down to the inside sole of the foot, and then pushing against the ground of that back ball of the foot connection to come back on up. Inhale to lower, keep the shoulder blade drawn back, and then exhale upright. Good. Now you should start to feel the front leg getting that work over the back muscle group, your hamstring. Lowering the weight down, really controlling so we're keeping balance. Exhale, push off the back ball of the foot. Good. Let's go for 2. Keep that T-zone working. Last one, come upright, beautiful. Staying on this one side, position the weight into your palm, palm facing upwards, elbow into your waist. Try and keep the shoulder drawing down. Now you're going to weight bear onto one side, hopefully the side that you positioned your dumbbell. We're going to place the hand on the hip bone. We're going in for our lift foot exercise. Keep a soft bend in the supporting knee. Lift off of your heel, come onto the ball of your foot. Keep your T-zone working, shoulders remaining level. We're going to exhale, lift the foot away from the ground, knee lifting if you can to hip height, inhale to lower. Exhale, abdominals flattening to lift the weight of the knee, to lift the foot from the mat. Now this dumbbell that's positioned in your waist, think about tucking the elbow in tight, drawing the shoulder blades down. You're holding here. If you'd like, you can add a bicep curl as you lift the foot away from the ground. This would require a lot of concentration to keep yourself level through the shoulder and the belt line. Good. From the side, keep it going. We're going to exhale, flattening through the abdominals to lift the foot from the ground. We're pushing the elbow into the waistline as we bicep curl. Exhale and inhale. Good, let's do 3, 2, and 1. Lovely, staying on that one side still. We're now going to go into hip extension. So keep onto the ball of the foot. You can lower your weight down by your side. As you slide the heel behind you, keeping the belt line even, the T-zone working. We're going to squeeze the glute max as we lengthen the leg behind us. Keep the toes connected to the ground if your balance is challenging. Good, then inhale, slide the foot back on in. Stay on the very ball of the foot or the tips of the toes. Slide the heel behind you. Exhale, squeezing the glute max. Good, inhale, slide the foot back on in. You can really challenge yourself by floating the foot off the mat at all times, keeping the shoulders drawn down and level, and trying not to lose that lovely T-zone connection. Trying not to tilt the hips forwards if you're just working within the neutral spine. You can add a little bit more utilizing the dumbbell. You could reach the arm forwards. Palm is facing inwards. Squeeze the glute max to lengthen the leg behind you. You'll have a small hip hinge forwards over the belt line. And then you slide the foot back in line with the pelvis, hand back by your side. Exhale to reach, squeezing the glute max, drawing the shoulder blade down. Inhaling to come back to the center line. Good, 3 more. Lovely, really concentrate on the T-zone. Draw the shoulder blades down, keep that soft bend in that supporting leg. Good. Final one. And inhale to center. Place 2 feet down, have a little shuffle side to side, we'll change sides. So we'll repeat that whole sequence again, single side weight bearing, really fatiguing the muscles. So we're going into our single arm prep. The palm is facing down. Position your supporting hand on your shoulder or at your rib cage. Keep your knees soft, switch onto your T-zone, soften the shoulders from the earlobes. On your exhale, we're going to exhale, draw the ribs down towards the hips, draw the shoulder blade down your back to lift the arm to chest height if possible. and then inhale to lower slowly back down to the thigh. Good, exhale, arm prep. Just to chest level, please, and then inhale to lower. Good, so remember this is a frontal raise exercise. So we're really looking to connect to the posterior deltoid, the back of the shoulder. We want to make sure the rib cage is drawing down towards the hip bones on the exhale as we lift the arm on up. And we're getting a really nice strong connection to those frontal obliques, helping to stabilize your neutral spine. Good, keep it going. Exhale and inhale. Beautiful, use the T-zone to lift the dumbbell up, draw the shoulder blade down to really connect to that serratus anterior and your lats. Good, final one. Exhale and inhale. Let's go into that single arm row. Split your stance. You can position your hand resting on your thigh, or for a greater workout, get a deeper hip hinge and position your hand against, say, a cupboard or your couch. Now from this position, a bend in both knees. You can push your heel down onto the back foot or lift the heel off, pressing into the ball of the foot if your ankle mobility is restricted. We want a hip hinge, so we're pushing the tailbone back and down, keeping the neutral spine and the T-zone working. Palm can face inwards towards the body. Draw the shoulder blade back. Now we're going to exhale, slide the elbow into the waist and push it back towards the back of the room. Inhale to lower the arm. Don't let the chest drop. Exhale and inhale. Good. And inhale. Think about drawing the shoulder blade back. Don't let the chest concave. The deeper you have over that hip hinge, the more you push the bum back and down and bend over the belt line, the more you can work into the back. Really focus on stabilizing through that lovely neutral spine. It's a hip hinge, so a fold over the belt line. It's not a C-curve spine. It's not an arched lumbar spine. Good, take the tension off your neck, a little tuck of chin to chest if it helps. 2 more. And 1. Beautiful, let's come upright. Let's take that back foot a little bit further back for single leg deadlift. Come onto the ball of the foot of the back leg. Really think about keeping this front leg straight, a soft bend or a micro bend within the knee. We're going to position the weight in front of the hip line, shoulders down, switching onto the T-zone. Inhale to lower the weight down towards the inside sole of the foot. Palm could face towards you or towards that inside sole. And then as we exhale, we're going to push off the back foot to lift ourselves upright, utilizing the T-zone. So keeping the front leg straight, we inhale to lower, pushing the bum back and down. It's a hip hinge pattern. Exhale to push on up. So you should feel that front leg is getting the hamstring connection as you lower the weight down. Keep the shoulder blade back. And as you push off the back ball of the foot, you should start to feel hamstring glute connection on that back leg too. So really focus on getting the most out of this single leg deadlift hip hinge pattern. So it's not C-curve spine, it's not back extension through lower back, tailbone is drawn down, and we want to make sure we're hinging over our belt line. We're bending the back knee so we take any extra pressure off of that lower back. Good. Keep the T-zone working. Final 2. And 1. Lovely. Come back to standing upright. Position the elbow into your waist. The palm facing upwards. Going into your lift foot exercise, weight bearing through one leg. Come onto the ball of the foot of one leg. Make sure you've got a soft micro bend in the supporting leg here. Shoulders and belt line want to remain level. T-zone working. On your exhale, keep your elbow drawn into your waist and then lift the foot from the mat. Lifting knee to hip height if possible. Inhale to lower. Exhale, T-zone working. Inhale down. Good, exhale and inhale. Add in your bicep curl if you'd like. Really challenging your coordination as well as your balance. Shoulders down, don't lift them to your earlobes. Exhale and inhale, beautiful. 3 more. 2 more. Keep that belt line level. Don't hitch your hip up. Last one. Good. Return the weight to your side, palm facing towards you. Good. Let's take it into hip extension. Come onto the ball of the foot. Keep the heel lifted. Keep the T-zone working, shoulders down. Start to slide the foot behind you, lengthening the leg and squeezing your glute max. Keep your bend in your soft supporting knee, and then inhale, slide it back on in. Stay connected to the ground if you feel like your balance is limited in this position. You feel like your front foot is rolling and caving in. You feel like you're losing your balance. If you'd like, you can challenge by really floating the foot off the ground in that hip extension. And instead of sliding the foot back in, you lift the knee back to that nice foot lift position. Exhale, slide the heel behind you, squeezing the glute max. And inhale, sliding the leg back on in. Adding in your T balance if you choose, or your frontal raise. As you exhale, you can reach the arm forward, shoulder blade drawing down, ribs towards hips, and inhale back on in. Now your T balance incorporates that hip hinge pattern once more. We're folding over the belt line, so don't let your lower back arch, don't let your lower back curve, don't round over your leg. Keep your shoulder blades down, keep the T-zone working, and get that really strong balance position. You're utilizing the weight of your dumbbell, your shoulder drawing down, your abdominals, and your glute max. Really great full body 3D exercise. 2 more. Last one. Exhale and inhale to center. Come back to the ground with both feet, shuffle side to side and have a break. Position your dumbbell down by the side of your mat. Have 2, if you can, close at hand. And let's do a small amount of rolling before we come back to the mat. Just a few roll downs. So without any dumbbells here, your traditional rolling exercise. Soft knees, feet are hip width. Shoulders released from the ears, take your big breath in. Drop your chin to your chest, lengthen your neck. And then as you exhale, sink your ribs towards your hips, really thinking about the T-zone. Switching on as we round the head in front of the belt line. Exhaling to lower the head in front of the chest. And the belt line, the shins. Gently rolling forwards and down. Coming into that nice forward fold. Take a nice soft breath in at the bottom. Let your head and your arms swing like that ragdoll. And then as you exhale, push through the feet. Switch on the legs, scoop the belly. And stack the vertebrae upright one at a time, slowly lifting your crown towards the sky. Good, take your breath in at the top, release the shoulders, chin to chest. Exhale, sink, ribs to hips, head in front. Gently rolling forwards and down, following the crown of the head towards the mat. Opening up the back slowly, one vertebrae at a time. Take your breath in at the bottom, pushing through your heels. Legs switching on. Abdominals scooping as we start to position the vertebrae upright one at a time, lifting the crown. 2 more, nice deep breath in, chin to chest. Exhale, sink and roll. Now your T-zone will naturally start to switch on a little bit deeper if you prefer to have a straighter leg position. If it's pulling on your hamstrings or your lower back, keep the knees bent. Good, exhale to roll on up. Slowly lifting each vertebrae back to standing tall. Your last one, we're going to stay at the bottom of this roll down. Take your deep breath in, drop chin to chest, exhale, sink and roll. At the bottom of this roll down, hold for that lovely release. Let your upper body round over your lower body. Take that deep breath in and out. Shake the head for yes, and as if you want to say no. Soften the knees to reach the mat with your fingers. Scooping out the belly once more. Exhale, walk the hands forwards on your imaginary plank. Bending at the knees and coming down to your 4-point kneeling box. Have a little rest by dropping your glutes back towards your heels and reaching your fingers forwards. Dropping your head into the mat, into your child's pose. And you can spend as long as you would like in this position. We're going to move into prone, so coming onto your stomach next. Allow your heels to turn out, switch the glutes off, Hands begin in the stop sign position, about face height, elbows bent, forearms relaxed on your mat. Resting the forehead down, take a nice soft breath in and release the shoulders from your ears. Taking the time to find your T-zone here, take your soft breath in and lift your pelvic floor. Front and back passage, squeezing and lifting. On your exhale, lift the abdominals off the mat. Imagine lifting them inside the front of your pelvis, flattening those abdominals to draw your hip bones together. Beautiful. From this position, on your next exhale, begin your stop signs. Start to glide the shoulder blades down your back, drawing into the waistline beneath your rib cage, elbows gliding down towards your waist, hands down your mat. Inhale, hands come back to face height. Think about relaxing the forehead down or letting the eyes and nose drop towards the mat. Exhale to draw the shoulder blades down your back, drawing into that waistline beneath the rib cage. Inhale, hands float back to face height. You want to imagine you're drawing a beautiful V shape, drawing your shoulder blades into the back pocket of your denim jeans. Trying to keep the neck in a nice neutral, relaxed position. The abdominals lifted, that sensation of flattening, drawing your hip bones together, remaining present as you exhale to glide the shoulder blades down and inhale to float to face height. Good, let's do 3 more of your stop signs. 2 more. Our final one. Good, inhale, hands float to face height. Have a little rest by softening that T-zone. We're gonna move into swan prep next. You can widen your arms a few extra centimeters from your chest. Try to keep your forearms and elbows on the mat. Switching back onto your T-zone, adding an extra notch on your belt if you need. On that exhale, we're gonna be moving into back extension. Keep the heels turned down. Now we're going to begin inhale by rolling our nose towards the edge of our mat line here. As our forehead gently peels off the mat, look down the tip of your nose with your eye line and try not to lift your chin here. As you exhale to glide the shoulder blades down your back, drawing into the waistline a little bit deeper than your stop signs. We want to promote the chest to gently peel from the mat. This could just be your collar or your first rib bone. Keeping the abdominals lifted, inhale, the chest comes back down. Touch your nose back on your mat here, and then exhale, roll the nose under the chin, round over the back of your neck. Good, inhale, start to roll the nose towards the edge of the mat line once more. Remembering we're looking down the tip of our nose, we're not lifting our chin. As we exhale, we glide the shoulder blades down the back, a little bit deeper than your previous swan prep. Think about the T-zone supporting this nice upper back extension. And then we inhale, bring the chest down, keeping the abdominals working. Nose touches back on the mat. Exhale, roll the nose under the chin. Pop the forehead onto the mat, have a long neck stretch if you'd like. 2 more. Now your swan prep, remember, is not about lumbar spine extension. We're trying to limit the pelvis tilting forwards. We're not pushing the abdominals into the mat. Those of you that find it quite challenging to move between swan prep repetitions, you want to stay focused on the T-zone being engaged. So if you need to take extra breaks between your swan preps, then do so. Or you may find that you can only do a few repetitions before you're fatigued. Let's make this our last one. Let's finish with that lovely opening of the back of the neck. And then relax onto the mat and have a little break. Beautiful. Slide your hands down to chest height. Now, utilizing your T-zone if you need, we're going to push our chest off the mat. We're going to round our back as we draw our buttocks towards our heels, reaching fingertips forwards and coming into that lovely child's pose once more. Drop your forehead onto the mat, take the pressure off of your neck, and have a nice child's press stretch here, and spend as much time as you need. Now we're going to be moving into 4-point kneeling, utilizing the weights once more, so have your weights close at hand. We're going to start with our press-up exercise. So we're starting with press-ups. For those of you that want to work triceps, you could even do your tricep. If you want to use a superset, which is 2 exercises targeted towards one muscle group, which would be your tricep extension I'm doing next, and your tricep press. So for your tricep press, your hands are underneath your shoulders and they want to stay in line with your box. So your setup will be hands in the box position. Shoulder blades gliding down, and you want to switch on the T-zone to support this lovely neutral spine. Try not to let the lower back sag or the tailbone lift up. From this position, we're going to inhale, bring the nose down between the hands, elbows back towards the knees. Exhale to push off strong, extend the arms, lifting the chest back to the box position. Shoulders over palms. Beautiful. Keep the T-zone engaged. Inhale, drop the nose down, elbows towards the knees. Exhale, push off strong, extend the arms. You want to really think about keeping within your box, keeping your T-zone working to support that nice neutral spine. Shoulders down away from the earlobes. Those of you that want to work into press-up, level 1, hands are as wide as the mat, the same cue. Nose down between the hands. Inhale. Exhale, push off strong, extend the arms. Beautiful. We're going to go for 12 repetitions. So you could choose your press-up level 1 if you aggravate your wrist in your tricep press. Those of you that want to target the tricep, the back of the arm group, stick with tricep press, and we're going to layer into tricep extension next. Final 3. Keep that T-zone working. I don't want to see that tailbone lift. I don't want to see a sagging lumbar spine here. Good. 2. And 1. Good. Come back to the box. Come back to child's pose for your rest if you need. Moving into tricep extension. We want to make sure we're keeping the box set up really strong. Shoulder blades drawing away from the ears. The T-zone is keeping the neutral spine. Now we're going to be utilizing one hand from the mat. So from here, I'm going to position one hand on my dumbbell in line with my shoulder. I want to make sure I'm able to stabilize with the opposite hand. So I'm going to draw the shoulder blade down and really think about trying to keep the chest level at all times. With the T-zone switched back on, supporting the lumbar spine joint, I'm now going to bring the elbow into my waist and I'm going to tuck it in nice and tight. The shoulder wants to draw down and away from the earlobe, and I'm going to utilize this setting to keep the elbow in tight. Now I'm going to exhale, extend the arm through the elbow joint to punch the back of the dumbbell towards the sky. Keeping the elbow fixed into the waistline. Inhale, I bend the elbow and bring that dumbbell back to shoulder. Exhale and inhale. Now try not to bring your buttocks back beyond your knees. Try to think about keeping your box really strong. Exhale, extend the arm, and inhale, bring the arm back into that dumbbell at shoulder position. Keep the elbow in tight to target the tricep group, and keep the abdominals really strong through the T-zone to stop this happening. Yeah, we don't want to be swinging through the lumbar spine or the pelvic joint. We want to keep really strong pelvic stability. Good. Let's go for 4. 3. Now, obviously, the bigger your dumbbell, the more this works through that tricep group, and the more you will fatigue the muscle and feel that burning sensation. 2 and 1. Come back to the mat, position the dumbbell down. Have a little rest off your wrists if you need in your child's pose. I'm going to turn to the side to show you the opposite side next. So we're doing our tricep extension. Come back to the mat. Remember, shoulders down, T-zone working. We don't want to feel the tailbone lifting, the lumbar spine arching. No sagging. From this position, grab hold of the dumbbell, position it directly underneath the shoulder blades down. Remember that as we draw the elbow into the waist, we really want the T-zone working, and equally we want to draw the shoulder blade down and back away from the ear. Keep the elbow in tight to the ribcage. Exhale, extend the arm, punch the back of the dumbbell towards the sky. Inhale, slowly bring the arm back, the dumbbell at about shoulder height, elbow to your waist. Exhale and inhale. We're not rotating the chest out, so try and look over your one remaining palm. Keep the shoulder blades drawing down and level. Keep the T-zone working. So you can think, exhale, extend the arm at that elbow joint. Punch the back of the fist towards the sky. Shoulder blades want to draw down and back. Good. 4 more. 2. And 1. Beautiful. Bring your dumbbell back. Rest back in your child's pose. Have your break. Beautiful. We're going in for a round of hinge. You may or you may not use your dumbbells, depending on if you find hinge challenging enough without the weight. For those of you that want more, roll up that mat's edge, position your knees on. I'm going to take a slightly lighter dumbbell for this. I'm using a 1 kilo instead of my yellow, which is a 2. Again, you don't have to use any weight. Come up into high kneeling. You know that you want a nice strong line running from knee, hip, and shoulder. And for those of you that like to be very sway back, lazy, you push your bum back like me, or you're very lordotic through the lumbar spine, have a little glute max activation, no more than your 50%, and draw the tailbone down to get a nice strong connection over the front of the hip joint, as well as the quadricep. The quadricep group is what we're targeting in hinge, so make sure you're not feeling it through your lower back, and you utilize that glute squeeze to help you remain within neutral. From this position, shoulders draw down, we're switching onto T-zone, and we're lightly tucking the chin to the chest. So we're not overextending through the front of the neck joint and pushing the chin forwards. Now we're going to go in for hinge. Keep your dumbbells resting on your thighs for the first few reps. We want to make sure the T-zone is working adequately. So with the T-zone on, we're going to inhale, rock back, a straight line from knee, hip, and shoulder. As you exhale, use the flattening through your T-zone connection and the squeeze of your glutes, if you're drawing the tailbone down, to gently bring you back up to high kneeling, and don't let your hips hinge and push your bum back. Good. Shoulders down, light tuck of chin to chest, inhale to rock back, and exhale, slowly coming upright. Good. Inhale. And exhale, feeling the rectus femoris quadricep muscle, really getting the workload in this exercise. For those of you that want the extra workload through the upper body, we're keeping the shoulders down, and as we inhale to rock back, we're going to lift the arms to chest level, keeping the ribs towards the hips. Good. And exhale to lower. Try not to arch through that lower back, and if the dumbbells cause you to do this, take them away. It's an inhale to rock back, coming into that frontal raise position. Exhale to come up slowly, bringing the dumbbells back to your thighs. Inhale, so we're drawing the shoulder blade down to lift the arm into that frontal raise, arm prep position. The arm is lifting no higher than the shoulder or chest height, please. The higher the dumbbell goes, the more that you will try to extend through the back. And for those of you that are really targeting working within neutral spine, you really don't want to add any extra pressure to the lumbar spine here. Good, keep the T-zone working. Inhale and exhale. Final 3. Really think about keeping the ribs softly drawing towards the hips. Inhale to rock back, frontal raise, shoulder drawing down. Exhale, utilizing the T-zone, the rib to hip connection to come up. Final 1. Beautiful. Come back to high kneeling. You can bend through the knees, drop the buttocks towards the heels. Rest the dumbbells at the side of your mat. Come back to your 4-point kneeling box. Good. We're going to do our horse kick exercise next and come back to hinge for one last round in a moment. Shoulders draw down. Think about switching back to your neutral box setting. Switching onto the T-zone, pelvic floor and abdominals. Now we're going to start to extend one leg behind us. We want to keep the belt line level. You're going to float your toes a paper's width from the mat by just squeezing your glute max gently. You're going to inhale as the knee travels in and down towards the chest. Try not to arch through the lower back or C-curve the spine. Keep that box. Extend the leg behind you, squeeze your glute max into the leg extension, push the heel back. Inhale in and exhale. Now the powerhouse is really controlling the movement. We don't want this movement traveling through the spine. So it's not a rounding of the upper back as the knee comes to chest. No, in fact, the shoulders draw down, and we want to use the T-zone to prevent this happening. We want to use your glute max. This is hip extension. So as you push the heel behind you, squeeze the glute max. Drive that hip extension through the heel. Good. Shoulders down. Push off the chest. 2 more. Come back to the mat. Let's change sides. Stay switched on if you can. Remember, shoulders draw down. Lengthen the leg behind you. Squeeze the glute just to lift the weight of the foot from the mat. Keeping the shoulders drawn down, the T-zone working. Inhale, the knee comes towards the chest. Keep your neutral box. Extend the leg, squeezing the glute. Really drive out through the heel. Inhale in and exhale. Now use that exhale as you drive the heel behind you to lengthen the leg, to squeeze the glute max, and to prevent your pelvis being tilted forwards, arching your back. The flattening of those abdominals on the exhale. The drawing down softly of the ribs to hips. Good. Now really scan through the upper body. Are the shoulders drawn down away from the ears? Are you looking into the space in front of those fingertips to keep that neck nice and neutral? 2 more. Come back to the mat. Come back to child's pose if you'd like your rest off your wrists. And switch off that T-zone for a break. We're going to come back to one last round of hinge and last exercise here in this position. Bring your knees back to that folded edge of your mat. Grab hold of your weights if you'd like to incorporate them, or you can just come back to normal hinge, or you can come into side lying clam 1 for 10 reps on each side if you want to stay away from any more hinge. Now in this position, remember a little squeeze of your glutes if you find it hard to remain within neutral spine here. Shoulders draw down. We'd like that little tuck of chin to chest. And we're switching onto the T-zone, really thinking about that nice straight line from knee, hip, shoulder. Instead of going into frontal raise, we're actually going to go into openings. So for those of you that are incorporating your dumbbells, you're going to lift your dumbbells to chest height. You've got a little soft bend within your elbows, your arms are not perfectly straight. And we're going to begin straight away. You're going to inhale into your hinge pattern, a gentle rock back, straight line from knee, hip, shoulder. In this position, try to think about drawing your shoulder blades back and down, squeezing the shoulders towards one another as you open up the arms into openings. And then as you exhale, try and drive the dumbbells, squeezing them back towards one another as you slowly come up through T-zone. Good, we're going to inhale, rock back, and exhale, upright. Good. Think about drawing the shoulder blades down. Try not to lift the shoulders up, particularly as we rock back. Utilize the opening of your shoulders on that nice hinge position, squeezing the shoulder blades together, opening up through the chest. And then exhale. Again, you want to imagine that your ribs are being softly drawn towards the hips at all times. We don't want to arch through the lower back. And for those of you that are utilizing a little glute max squeeze, this can help you. Resist the temptation of doing this. Don't lean back. Keep that light tuck of chin to chest. Keep looking directly ahead. Good. Beautiful. Feeling rectus femoris, and now feeling the upper body engaged, squeezing the shoulders towards one another to open the arms, and pressing the dumbbells together on the exhale. 2 more. Last one. Good, let's relax. Drop the buttocks to the heels, rest your dumbbells at the edge of your mat. Unrolls that mat edge, and if you need to take extra time off in that lovely child's pose recovery position, you can. We're going to be transitioning into supine to finish our class. So as you come down onto your back, make sure the dumbbells, if you choose to use them, are positioned close at hand. We're going to begin simply with lift and extend. We're not using any dumbbells for this exercise. You want to focus on your neutral spine. So here, don't take for granted that you have that gap in your lower back. Make sure you check, and then make sure your hip bones and your pubic bone is level. Now you can switch on to T-zone, inward breath to lift your pelvic floor, relax your shoulders. Exhale to focus on the abdominal connection. Your abdominals are flattening to draw your hip bones together at the front of the pelvis. Now we're going to exhale to lift one foot from the mat, knee lifting above your hip to tabletop. Lengthen the leg first from hip to toe, and then lower the leg to challenge your abdominals. Good, inhale to bend the knee over hip and place the foot down. Transitioning, exhale, lift. Extension is first, and then lower. Now my quadriceps are really tight. My hip flexors are quite tight today. So that lowering phase is going to be significantly smaller for me than it usually would if I was feeling a little bit more flexible and mobile through the front of the pelvis. Really don't take for granted that your body is the same each day. Depending on what workload it's been pushed through in the last 48 hours, you may have some tightness or DOMS that is only apparent when you shift out of your posture position that you are usually in throughout the majority of your day. So really focus on the T-zone, holding the nice and neutral spine. You can drop your fingers in behind your back to check that you're not losing that nice and neutral pelvis setting. One hand could be on your T-zone too. Really check the exhale is the flattening of those abdominals as you extend and lower the leg. Really important. We're keeping soft draw down of rib to hip. Good, one more each side. Warming up in neutral, really important as you change into different postures on the mat. Beautiful. Come back to 2 feet on the mat. If you can, keep your connection on. You might need to reset. I'm moving into toe taps. Those of you that would like, exhale to lift the foot from the mat, knee above your pelvis. You can start in single leg. You can exhale to tap the toe, inhale to float knee over hip. Ribs, exhale, drop towards the hip bones, flattening abdominals, tapping the toe to the mat, and inhale to float. For those of you that are working in a double leg tabletop setting, you still have neutral spine. It may be significantly smaller. You alternate your toe taps on the exhale, keeping one leg stable, knee over hip in that tabletop position, and really utilize the draw down of your shoulders, the ribs softly towards the hips to keep that T-zone on. Exhale to tap the toe, inhale to float. Tapping further from your buttocks if you choose to make it more challenging. Always being aware of neutral spine. Always being aware that the abdominals are flattening on the exhale to tap. You're not pushing your belly and doming the abdominals forwards. If you are feeling like the pressure of your tummy is being shifted forwards, come back to the mat, switch off, you're fatigued, you've turned off that connection. My single leg toe tappers, alternate your leg for me here. Make sure that you get at least your 10 reps on each side. My double leg toe tappers, I'd like 3 more on each leg. Really focus on keeping one leg stable as you exhale to tap and inhale to float back to tabletop. Your last one each side, drop the shoulders away from the ears, concentrate on that abdominal connection. Come back to the mat 1 foot at a time, switch off completely. Rest your pelvic floor, rest your abdominals, and have that break. Beautiful. Now for those of you that do want to use your dumbbells, we're going to be moving into a tricep exercise. I love working triceps. I'm going to be utilizing my heavier of my 2 dumbbells. I'm quite confident with this exercise. Some of you that are not, you may choose a lighter set or just 1 dumbbell, depending on how you feel. So we're going to go into what's called a push set of exercises. These are all push-based exercises here, okay? So push set. Now I'm going to really think about a neutral spine and a strong T-zone connection throughout this exercise. I'm going to begin with 2 dumbbells placed on my chest. I'm going to push them together to activate a little bit of my pec minor, and then drawing the shoulder blades from the ears, the chin lightly tucked to chest, I'm going to lengthen the arms. So I've got a really strong connection through the dumbbells here. Now we're going to slide the elbows in towards the waist to lower the dumbbells down on the inward breath. And then exhale, use that tummy flattening to extend the arms directly over chest. Inhale and exhale. This is called a push press. Now I want you to think, exhale, slide the ribs to the hips, flatten through the tummy, press the dumbbells together as you extend the arms, and inhale. Exhale and inhale. Really easy chest-based exercise that you can do. You can really change up the weight in this exercise as you get a little bit more confident. Let's do 2. Really think about that neutral spine, please. Exhale and inhale. Now on the last one, we're going to hold that extension of the arms. Now you're going to move very slowly into the next exercise. Keep the T-zone on. Shoulders are drawing down. The light tap of chin to chest is present. Keep the dumbbells pressed together. Keep your elbows drawn forwards towards your kneecaps. Now you're going to bend at the elbow joint. Exhale to lower the dumbbell towards your forehead. Really scary. So really think about pressing the dumbbell together. Extend the arms directly over the chest on the inward breath. You're going to be moving at the elbow joint only. Shoulders drawn down, don't hoik up around those ears. Press the dumbbells together, push the elbows towards the knees. Exhale to lower and inhale to extend. This is traditionally called skull crushers within the gym. It's a tricep extension exercise, very similar to your tricep extension that you did in four-point kneeling. So you should be feeling the back of the arm group. Now, if you're not comfortable with that exercise, please come back to the chest press. For those of you that are really working hard, think about driving the elbows forwards. Don't move the elbows from their position. Press the dumbbells together. Beautiful. Let's do 4. Inhale, extend the arms, really squeeze the dumbbells together, shoulders down. Exhale, we're going to lower the dumbbell, bending at the elbow joint. Inhale. Exhale. Final 2. And last one. As the dumbbells are over your chest, just bend and bring the dumbbell back down to rest. Beautiful. So you should be feeling the tricep group. Now let's do a little bit of our arm prep. Place the dumbbells by your sides. If you wish a lighter set of dumbbells, you can utilize them here in arm prep. Be really aware of your shoulder mobility. I'm switching on to T-zone in neutral, shoulders from the earlobes, and I'm going to float the arms directly over my chest. I've switched up my dumbbells here for a lighter set. Now, drawing the shoulder blades down, as we exhale, we're going to draw the ribs towards the hips to slowly extend the arms overhead. Now, with extra weight in this exercise, you don't want to feel any clinking or any kind of clunkiness within the shoulder joint. Inhale the arms directly over the chest. So, if you find that there's a popping or a clicking or a clunking within the shoulder joint, take the dumbbell away. Those of you that find it hard to keep the arms moving in one plane at the same time, squeeze the dumbbells together. Feel that connection through your chest. So as you extend the arms overhead, we're only moving within the range that's comfortable for our shoulder joint. The shoulders are drawing down on the exhale, the ribs to hips. Inhale, hands over chest. Good, exhale. And inhale. Now you remember this exercise from beginners. When you were first introduced to it here, it felt like it made the oblique connection really fire. If you're utilizing extra weight, don't forget that this is an oblique-based exercise, as well as shoulder mobility, yes, but you want to feel the exhale, the drawing of rib to hip, the flattening sensation of your abdominals as you reach overhead. Don't cheat the motion. Keep the shoulders drawing down your back as you extend those arms. Let's do 2. And last one, please. Exhale, extend ribs to hips, flatten those abdominals. Inhale, hands over chest. Bring the dumbbells down and rest them by your sides and have your break. Now we're nearly finished with this whole workout as a whole set. Your last exercise in this position before pelvic curl is going to be a set of hundreds prep into hundreds. If you'd like to utilize the dumbbells, pick your lighter weight or take the dumbbells away completely. Those of you that are not working through flexion can just work sliding the hands along the mat or reaching the dumbbells past your hip bones, feeling the ribs drop towards hips and the flattening of your tummy. Keep your head down if you don't want to flex through this exercise. Now I'm going to begin once again with the T-zone on and the arms directly over the chest. Check the shoulders are down, that light tuck of chin to chest is present, so you're not going to strain your neck. Now I'm going to utilize my dumbbells. So on the exhale, I'm going to scoop my abdominals as I drop my ribs towards my hips. I'm reaching my arms past my hip bones, and I want to feel like I'm drawing the shoulder blades down into the mat to lengthen the arms. Good. Inhale to lower, slowly bringing chest back, back of the head back to the mat, arms over chest. Exhale to curl, sweep the ribs towards the hips to scoop the abdominals. You should be looking down at that flat tummy, reaching the arms from the armpit, and inhale to lower. Good. Those of you that would like, add the single leg tabletop for 4 repetitions before alternating. 4 on the opposite side. Notice that my tabletop leg does not shift towards my chest. That extra weight load now on the lower body needs to be held strong through a neutral spine T-zone setting. Once you've done 4, alternate. Now, if you're getting tension through the neck, utilizing the dumbbells in this exercise, please place them down. You can always come back to this exercise, both feet on the ground, after a short rest with no weights. For those of you that have done 4 in each tabletop leg and would like to work in double leg tabletop, again, 4 additional, knees squeezed together, or a little bit of a gap between for an extra workload on that T-zone. Really extend the arms from the shoulder joint. Draw the shoulder into the mat. Scoop the abdominals rib to hip on the exhale. Good. Let's make this our last one. We're going to return both feet down to the mat one at a time. Bring the dumbbells to your chest and rest. I'm going in for a set of hundreds. This is optional. If you do not want to do your hundreds, come back to your lift foot exercise or add the dumbbells for extra intensity. Now the levels are feet on the ground. You can do half 100 in a single leg tabletop before exchanging, and I'll let you know when. Or you can have double leg tabletop. Those of you that are wanting more, double leg tabletop, legs extended. I'll even give you externally rotated heels pressed together. Choose your setting. Now if you're going for that last few levels with the legs extended, don't extend the legs until you curl, please. Set yourself up in whatever setting you'd like, or come back to lift foot for 10 reps on each foot here. I'm going to lengthen the arms directly over the chest. My T-zone is on because both feet are off the ground. Good. Chin is lightly tucked to chest for my inward breath, and on the exhale, I'm going to curl. Ribs drawing towards the hips to scoop the tummy, reaching the arms past the hip bones. I'm going for extension, external rotation and flex of the feet. Press your heels and inner thighs together. Let's pump. In, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4. If you're using your dumbbells, try not to flap your arms around frantically. Really think about pushing the dumbbell down towards the mat, utilizing that posterior shoulder once more. Flattening through the tummy, ribs to hips. If you need to, bring the head back down to the mat at any time. Keep pumping, 4 breaths out and 4 breaths in. You're nearly halfway. In, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4. My single leg people, pop the foot down, exchange sides, and let's continue. In, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4. If the neck is getting very tense and overloaded, bring the head back to the mat. Continue pumping through that arm extended at that shoulder joint. We're nearly through our hundreds. In, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4. Regress the legs if you need to. Come back to the mat and switch off if you have to. We've got one last round. In, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4. Last round. Beautiful. Bring the dumbbells back to your chest, rest your head down. Those of you that are in double leg tabletop, one foot down at a time and rest. Wonderful. Last exercise is going to be pelvic curl, and I'm going to add a little bit extra through the arms, but come back to normal pelvic curl if you choose. Now, for those of you that feel strong through the upper body, you could add a little bit of an additional weight, but I want you to be really wary that you are not overextending the lumbar spine when you're up in pelvic curl, please. So we're going to do a pelvic curl with a chest press. So we've done plate chest press. We've done a little bit of our chest traditional press range of motion in hinge. And now we're going to do a palm facing away. So that's supination through the palm. More traditional barbell based press, okay? So we're going to come up into pelvic curl. I'm going to begin with my weights resting by my hips, my arms by my side. You want to bring your heels a little bit close to your buttocks. Check your neutral spine and switch on that T-zone. Relax the shoulders from the ears, a light tap of chin to chest. Good. Take your breath in, prepare, and then begin to tilt the hips back, resting the lumbar spine on the mat. Press through your heels, exhale, squeeze your glutes. Start to peel your pelvis off and roll through the lumbar spine, mid-back, up to pelvic curl. Take a nice deep breath in. Now, if you'd like to utilize your dumbbells, let's just end this final pelvic curl, first rep without any weights. Come back down through the exhale, slowly rolling down through the spine, and be aware that you're shifting from imprinted to neutral at the top and back to imprinted before back to neutral spine at the bottom. Those different positions are really important, and when you add weight, they may trigger a lot of weight load into your lumbar spine. Grab your dumbbells, place them on your chest if you'd like to utilize. Good, we're going to come up into pelvic curl as normal on the exhale, really utilizing the glute max, the hamstring connection. At the top, take your breath in, check you are in your neutral spine. From this position, squeeze the dumbbells together, extend over chest. Keep the glutes squeezed. On your exhale, we're going to rotate the palms to face towards the knees, pressing the ends of the dumbbell together. We're going to open up, elbows towards the edges of our mat as we lower the dumbbells towards chest height. Then we're going to press the dumbbells together, extending arms over chest. Keep the glutes squeezed. Let's do 2 more. Exhale, bend, elbows towards the mat. Inhale, lengthen, press dumbbells together. 1 more. Exhale, chest press, shoulders strong into that mat, glutes squeezed. Inhale to extend. Rotate the palms to face one another. Bring the dumbbells back to your chest, and then exhale, roll down through the rounding of your lower back, imprinted spine to the mat. Then inhale back to neutral. Let's do that again. Tilt the pelvis back, squeeze the glutes. Exhale, peel the pelvis off, driving through your heels and hamstrings. Rolling up through the spine to neutral. Take your breath in, extend your arms over your chest. Rotate your palms to face your knees. Press the dumbbell ends together. Keeping the glutes squeezed, neutral spine. Exhale, open up the chest. Elbows to the mat. Inhale to lengthen. Press the dumbbells together over the chest. Keep the hips high. Exhale and inhale. Good, 2 more. Keep squeezing your glutes. Don't drop your hips here. We want to remain in that neutral spine. Press the dumbbells back together. Come back to the chest. Inhale and then exhale, roll down slowly through that spine. Let's do 1 last round, really fatiguing the glutes. Take your deep breath in, hips move back, squeeze the glute max, press into the heels, roll the weight of the pelvis off. Exhale, coming up through the spine to the shoulders. Take your breath in, hold your neutral spine, extend the arms. Rotate the palms to face the knees, press the ends of the dumbbell together. Exhale, we're coming into that barbell chest press. Keep the hips in that nice strong neutral position. Inhale, squeeze the dumbbells together, lengthen the arms over the chest. Exhale and inhale, don't drop the hips. 2 more. Good, keep it working. Final one. Press the dumbbells together, rotate the palms to face one another, dumbbells to the chest. Exhale, slowly rolling down, please. Good, position. Come back to neutral spine. Place the dumbbells by your side, switch off. Bring the knees to the chest and release the lower back by drawing circles or shifting side to side. Beautiful. That's a nice strong upper body workout, utilizing different positions on the mat. That last exercise is probably one of my favorites throughout my dynamic mat series, and it's really common within reformer. We're going to come down to the mat 1 foot at a time, squeeze the inner thighs, roll onto the sides, and come up into seated. Now we're going to finish with a shoulder stretch and our hugger tree in seated. I'm going to be positioned diagonally so you can see my back. Starting with your shoulder stretch, lift your chest upright of your hips. Sit as tall as you can on the very base of your sit bones. If you find it challenging, lift your hips, sit on a yoga block, and having your hips lifted higher than your knees may help you to lift the spine upright. You want to switch on the T-zone to support the back, and then float one arm directly in line with the chest, shoulder down. This long arm is going to reach over the chest, and the opposite arm is going to pull that long arm over. You want to make sure that the shoulder is dropping away from that chest, from that ear here, and you're feeling the stretch at the back of the body, that deltoid and that shoulder blade, getting that opening sensation after that workload. You can drop your chin towards your chest, and you can really just allow the neck to release here too. Breathing in and out deeply, holding this lovely shoulder stretch. Good. You can hold your stretches for 5 to 10 breaths. Last breath in and out for this one here. And then we're going to release the arm. We're going to take this into the tricep stretch, so reach the arm over, placing the fingers just behind the nape of the neck, in the middle of your back here. Opposite arm is going to reach on up and just position on the tip of your elbow. Take a deep breath in. Keeping a nice neutral spine, we're going to exhale, gently reach the fingertips down towards the center of your back, getting a nice stretch on this tricep group at the back of the arm. Just let the weight of this top arm rest on that elbow. Don't try and pull the arm into your back. Don't stretch that armpit joint here. Keep the chin lightly tucked to chest, the neck not stressed, resting. Final breath in and out. Let's alternate to the opposite side. Release the arm. Let's take it into the shoulder stretch. Reach the arm on up. Long arm over the chest. Opposite arm pulls that long arm over your body. Now drop the shoulder from the ear. Drop the chin to the chest and breathe. Feeling the back of your shoulder, your deltoid and your trapezius, getting a lovely stretch here. Breathe in and out deeply. Beautiful. We're nearly through the whole workout. Last breath in and out in this stretch. We'll take it to triceps next. Let's relax that arm down and then begin to reach it overhead. Placing the fingers just on the nape of the neck in the middle of the back. Opposite arm reaching over to rest on that elbow joint. Taking a deep exhale, we're sliding or walking the fingers down towards the center of the back to get the nice stretch on the back of the arm, the tricep group. Dropping the chin to chest so we're not straining through the neck or the spine here. Breathe in and out nice and deeply. Beautiful. Final breath in and out. Excellent. Let's release that arm. Let's finish with hugger tree. So clasp your fingers around your beach ball. Stay lifted and upright through the spine. Now we're going to really think about opening through that middle back connection. We've been utilizing it throughout the workout. We're going to take a deep breath in with the T-zone on. Drop the chin to the chest. Exhale, pull the fingertips away and try and widen through the shoulders, barreling out the chest. Good. Get a really good stretch over that middle back connection. And then inhale, slowly float the chin upright. Let the fingers travel back towards you and feel your spine lift back to neutral. Chin to chest, inhale. Exhale, pull the fingertips away. Good. Inhale, float the fingers back. Lift the spine to upright. Float that chin over that sternum. Let's do 2. Chin to chest, exhale. Good. Inhale, upright, lift. Last one. Chin to chest, exhale. Really think about winding through the shoulders, barreling out that chest, getting a lovely stretch on that middle back connection. Inhale, lift the chin upright, bring the fingers back towards you, come back to that nice, strong, upright, neutral spine, and you're all finished. Well done. Beautiful. So that completes our week 8 online. We'll be sending you out information regarding our next term at Precise Pilates. I hopefully will see you in the meantime online or in person now that we're now out and about. Enjoy your week and I'll see you soon. Bye.